Namaste, welcome to class. This class is a full body tune-up. We're going to work from the lower energy centers all the way up, refining and tuning anything that may be going on in the body. You don't need any experience, nothing's required, just coming onto a mat if you'd like, maybe a block to prop up your hand or to assist you. Otherwise, I'll see you on the mat. So let's start in a seated position, any seated comfortable position. If you can, we're going to take Sukha or Siddhasana. Siddhasana is a little wider, so it gives you a bigger base. But whatever is comfortable. Siddhasana, take a heel in towards your pubic bone. Take the other one. Traditionally, the toes are tucked behind the opposite calf of the other leg. And you can sit nice and tall. Or if you want, you can just bring one ankle in front of the other, whichever position, sitting nice and tall, feel yourself ground. What you want to feel is that the knees are not above the hips and that the base of the spine is towards the floor so that you can feel like you're really rooting down. So if you can, close the eyes. Draw the attention inside, bring it all inside, and imagine that you can root the base of the spine down to the earth. And begin to breathe really deeply. You may even put a palm on your belly and on your chest and slowly feel that breath underneath your hands. Take a few more breaths here just to arrive. Nothing is more important than your breath right here, right now. The yoga practice starts with your breath. Begin to expand, deepen. And already, you start to find a little bit more space in the body. With every breath in, imagine that you can stack your vertebrae, the crown of the head all the way up to the ceiling. The back of the neck is long, so there's a gentle draw of the chin towards the throat. And with every exhale, you soften the shoulders, soften the skin onto the bones. Let's take two more just like that. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last one, fully inhale, hold at the top. Fully out, exhale and hold at the bottom. Empty everything out, got nothing left. And release, natural breath. From here, walk your right fingertips over to the right side as far as you can. Left bicep by the ear, gentle side bend. Option to bend your right elbow. Maybe even the elbow can come all the way to the floor, but still try to root that outer left hip down to the floor. Take another breath in. Reach through your left fingertips across. Stay for the breath out and see if you can roll that left bicep back and look underneath your left arm. On the next breath in, come back up. Lengthen up. Exhale, relax. Let's go to the other side. Walk the left fingertips over to the left. You can tent the left fingertips or bring it on a block, right bicep by the right ear. If you can, then slowly bend the left elbow or even ground the left elbow if you can. But sink that right outer hip down. Imagine you can lengthen that right side of the body even more. Take another breath in. Exhale, roll back, look up, stretch your right fingertips. Next breath in, return, come back. From here, reach the fingertips forward. Keep on your fingertips and push down through your fingertips so you can lengthen, draw the navel in, and maybe start to fold down any amount, maybe all the way down, maybe not. With every breath, ground through fingertips, lengthen through the sides of the body. With every exhale, sink. Let's take one more breath in. Breath out. Walk the hands back towards you. Bring your hands behind you. Uncross the legs. Feet as wide as your hips, and maybe you windshield wipe a little bit. Relax. You can stretch them out if you need to. And we'll come on to tabletop. So knees underneath hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and pause. You're going to take 3 breaths here and just circulate your breath. Bring any movements that you like. So maybe a cat-cow, maybe some sways. You decide as you come into your body. Let's take 2 more breaths. And this is just a check-in. So where the body is today, just check in. Does it need a little more rest or maybe some fire? You decide. From here, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. So stretch through the arms, straighten your arms. The heels don't have to come to the floor. You can stay on your toes if you'd like. Draw the navel in, squeeze your arms towards one another. Relax your ears by the biceps. Maybe even look between and see your inner thighs. If you can, then start to lengthen heels down to the floor. Maybe you pedal out the feet. Bend one knee and switch. Let's take another breath in your down dog. Breath out. You're going to widen your stance. So toes off the mat, heels on the mat. So any way you like to go to Malasana, so if you need to stand, take a stand, or if you want to, you can back yourself into it. Walk the hands back, knees over the toes. Malasana squat pose, thumbs to the center of your chest. Focus at the base of the spine, like you can root down. Maybe even a little heaviness there. Find some stability. Good sense of stability, root down. Fingertips to the floor. Parallel your feet. Uttanasana, inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and rest your chest to your thighs. Relax your head. So your feet may be a little bit wider than your shoulders. Option to hold opposite elbows. Relax the head and neck and maybe even sway. So work towards straighten the left leg and sway yourself over your right leg. To the other side, straighten the right leg. Return to the center. Release the hands, hands on the hips. Nice straight back. Come all the way back up. Hands to the side. Shake out the feet if you'd like. Coming to some standing postures. So we'll start to move the energy a little bit higher now. So tree pose. Take the right ankle. If you can, take it as high as you can to your inner left thigh and press the right foot into the inner left leg somewhere except your knee joint. So pause. Right knee's out wide. If you have it, to take a half lotus and take half lotus, heels towards the navel and slowly externally rotate the right leg. The right knee will point down. The sole of the right foot will point forward. Hands might come in prayer or you might continue to hold your foot. Stay. Pause. Feel that base still continue to root down. Just slowly begin to bring the awareness a little bit higher than the base of the spine, right below the navel region. Option to stay for a few more breaths, or grab the right heel, wrap your hand on the right heel, and maybe the right knee towards your right armpit, like a half happy baby, or go all the way, extend it all the way. You can point your right toes, maybe even look up. Any amount, you can turn your left palm down too and open, expand. Whichever pose you are, continue to broaden your collarbones while you spread shoulder blades. Expand through all sides of the body, lengthen upwards. Exhale, release. Relax. Shake it out if you need. Let's take the other side. Ground through the right side, taking a tree pose. Again, any tree. You set up for half lotus again. Cradle the leg. Take the heel to the navel. And carefully begin to send the left knee down. Sole of the left foot forward. You can hold the foot. If you know variations, always welcome. Hold steady wherever you are. Deep breaths. If you'd like to challenge yourself, close your eyes. Take another full breath in. No rush. Exit the pose. Option, stay in tree, or we're going to move to our variation. Grab your left heel and slowly extend any amount, maybe a half happy baby again. But don't lose your foundation. Keep that open up. Maybe point your left toes if you're extended. Send your gaze up towards the ceiling if you can. Hold there. Navel still drawing in again. Broaden your collarbones. Spread your shoulder blades. Expand through all sides. Full breath in. Exhale, release. Come back. Let it go. Shake it out. Back, top of the mat. Hands into prayer. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Let's take a chair pose. Sink down. So fingertips graze the floor, hips back, belly on the thighs. You might stay here in this nice supported position, or if you can, begin to peel your body off your thighs. Bicep by the ears if you can. Stay. Begin to build the heat. Moving the energy further up. Take another full breath in. Sink. Okay, let's take one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, let's take it all the way back up. Press through the feet. Extend all the way up. Take your time to reach up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Thumbs to the heart. Pranamasana. You're going to step the right foot back nice and wide. Goddess stance. So turn your toes outwards. Goddess stance. Knees wide. Tracking over the second toe on your feet. And spine nice and tall. Hands can come into prayer. Pause. Stay. Or option, arms up. Maybe you pulse. Maybe you stay. And here you're finding a little stability. So feel like your emotions are going wild. This is a good posture to hold steady. If you're still distracted by your thoughts, then maybe you lift your heels. Challenge yourself a little bit more to bring the attention back. Navel draw in. Take another full breath in. Stay for the breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, let's lower the heels down. Let's come all the way back to stand. Parallel your right foot to the back edge of your mat and turn your left toes out to the left side. Warrior two. Open up wide. Left knee's tracking over your left toe. Nice straight arms. Gaze beyond your left fingertips. If you want a little bit more, you might even widen your stance so the left thigh is parallel to the floor. Stay grounded. So stay the left bottom part of your body exactly the same. Turn the left palm up, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, take a side angle, left elbow on the left knee, right bicep by the right ear. We're going to flow like this for a little bit more. So reverse your warrior, take it back. The legs don't move. Option, Dvihasta Parsvakonasana. So maybe reaching, no hands on the knee. Reverse again, Virabhadrasana 2, reverse. Come back, Dvihasta Parsvakonasana. Let's do one last time, reverse. Dvihasta, reach, we hold just for 3 counts. Take another breath in. Breath out, Virabhadrasana 2. Should feel good to straighten that left leg. Let's switch sides. Turn towards the back side of your mat. Right knee over the second toe. Again, shorten or lengthen the stance if you'd like, but feel your feet root. When you're ready, arms straight. Look towards your right fingertips and beyond them. And feel yourself sink a little bit lower. No pain in the knees. Everything's engaged. Check all your muscles to see if they're all waking up. Now again, lower body stays exactly the same. Reverse your warrior, reach back. Side angle, Parsvakonasana, right elbow to the right knee, left bicep by the left ear. You can do it 3 more times. Option, Dvihasta Parsva, so reverse. Dvihasta Parsva, both sides of the body long. Again, reverse. Dvihasta. Last one, reverse. Dvihasta. Hold for 3, for 2. Return, come back. Back to the front, windmill the hands. 3-legged dog, left leg is high, bend your left knee. Pigeon pose, pigeon prep, left knee behind the left wrist. For this one, we're going to take the heel a little bit closer, but if it's in your practice to parallel the foot, then go ahead. But instead, today we're going to point the toes back and take the heel closer to your outer right hip, and point your right toes back and make sure that the knee, the ankle, the hip is in one line. Fingertips forward, tense your fingertips, draw the navel in, inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward, compress. So your heel and your left leg is helping you wake up the energy in the belly even further. Take another full inhale here. Full breath out. Last one in. Exhale. Walk your hands back. Come back, three-legged dog. Shake it out. If you want to flow, go ahead. Move through a flow if you'd like. We're going to go to the other side when you're ready. Right leg high, bend your right knee, open the right hip, and slowly come forward. Right knee behind your right wrist. Lower the hips down. Again, check. Left leg's in one line. Point your right toes back. Right heel towards your outer left hip. Fingertips forward. Draw the navel in. Push down. Inhale. Think cobra pose. Exhale, lower. 3 breaths here. No rush. Pause. Slow the breath. Slow the mind. Let's take one more. Slowly return, come back, tuck left toes under, right leg high. If you went through a flow, take the flow, or shake it out, meeting in a downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, let's take that left leg high. Exhale, step it forward by your left thumb. Option to lower the right knee down, adjust the stance, left knee's over the ankle, tuck the right toes under, take a lunge pose. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands into prayer. Coming to our twist. So option to lower the knee down, twist to the left side, but if possible, you can take that right elbow outside the left knee, or eventually maybe even the shoulder outside the left knee. Hands in prayer, thumbs to the heart. Lift your right knee if you'd like. Hold steady. Again, check in. The left outer hip's going to draw back. You can look down, look up. If you have variations, take variations. But hold. Try to see if you can take that underside of the ribs, the right ribs across over that left thigh. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Open up, windmill the hands wide, facing towards the right side of your mat. Switch side to the back side of your mat. So set yourself up again, crescent. So adjust if you feel like you're a little wobbly, widen the stance so your hips width. Inhale, arms up, lengthen. Exhale, hands into prayer. Bring your body forward and twist. So if you lowered the knee, twist from here, or left elbow or shoulder outside the right knee. Lift the left knee up, straighten the leg, draw that left heel over the ball of your left toes. And again, continue, broaden collarbones, spread shoulder blades, maybe you look up. Hold for another few breaths here. Again, draw the outer right hip back. Hold steady, you've got this. Take another full inhale. Exhale. Release. Let's come back nice and wide. Come back front of the mat. So easy twists. Right fingertips underneath the shoulder. You can pivot your feet about hips width, nice and wide. Right palm down. Inhale, left arm high. Option to lower the right knee down. Maybe even turn your left toes out a little bit. Point your right toes back. It might be here. Or if possible, go ahead and grab the back foot. Any variation of your twist. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take your time. You're going to release. Come back. Exit the pose. Return. Let's do the other side. So come back nice and wide. Pivot to the back side of your mat. Easy twist. Left hand underneath the shoulders, or you can just switch sides any way that you'd like. Wiggle the foot out wide. Nice wide stance. Option the left knee down. Right arm up. You can stay here, or the knee lifted, nice and active. Or if you went for that bound, then lower the left knee, left hand off your mat. Turn your right toes out, right knee tracks over, second, third toe on your right foot. Broaden the front body. Maybe reach the back. Stay for one more breath in. Exhale, let's release. Take your time, no rush. Come to a plank pose. So you might be facing the back of your mat, doesn't matter. Let's come in plank. Draw the navel in, ribs in. So we're moving, or have moved, into our solar plexus region, digestive fires. So draw the navel in, engage the core. Spread your shoulder blades slightly, but keep your collarbones broad. Stay for another 3, 2. Let's take another breath. Let's come onto our forearms. Lower down onto your elbows. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Option to interlace the fingers. You might even tuck one of your little fingers underneath so it doesn't get squished. Draw the navel in. And we're going to do some movements here. So lower the knees down. Lower the hips down. Sphinx pose with toes tucked, feet about hips width. And on the exhale, ripple it back up to your plank. Navel in, hips lift, knees lift. And again, ripple it back down, knees, pelvis, belly, ribs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, look towards your hands and curl it back up. Good, last one. Ripple it down. Exhale, forearm plank. And this time we hold steady here for 3. Steady breath. 2 more breaths. See if you can slow the breath even further. Last one, full breath in. Full breath out. Lower the knees, lower the hips. Take a small break here in a sphinx pose. Point your toes back. And then we're going to come back. So option, forearm plank if you want to continue that, or dolphin pose. So draw the navel in, hips up this time. Bicep by the ears, look towards your toes, your ankles, and then walk your feet towards your face. Hold steady. Navel drawing in as much as you can. Just imagine that your hips eventually stack over your shoulders, but push the elbows down. Your shoulders might come to your ears, but push. Navel in, hold steady here. If you know how to invert. You can look towards your hands. You can keep the hands clasped or in prayer if you'd like. Hold steady wherever you are. Wherever you are, we're going to walk back into a forearm plank. And slowly return to Sphinx, lower the hips. This time we're going to walk our elbows out from underneath us, in front of us. Give ourselves a bit more space, turn your palms down, Sphinx pose. Belly to the floor. Press the tops of the feet down. Imagine your inner thighs spinning up towards the ceiling, lengthen. Like you can draw, claw the mat, pull your elbows back towards you so you can press your chest forward. Option to stay here for a couple more breaths, or widen the hands and slowly lift your elbows. Moving up and beyond towards our heart now. Moving the energy up. Expanding the chest. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Nice and slowly, let's return back down. I'm going to return back into a downward facing dog. Tuck toes, lift hips. From here, inhale, left leg high. Bend your left knee, open your left hip. So try to keep your left shoulder from opening, rather square it down as much as you can. Option, you can stay here, or we're gonna go to wild thing. So come onto your right toe, spin onto the outer edge of your right foot, step your left toes behind you, and slowly open up, lift. Option, left bicep by the ear, extend, reach back. Take your time, return, use the core muscles, return, come back. Down dog. Slow as you can. Right leg high, bend your right knee. Stay here again, check in. Palms rooting. If you feel stable, then slowly come onto your left toes, flip your dog, come on the outer edge of your right foot, step those right toes behind you, turn your left toes back, give yourself some space, and slowly arch the back. Press into your left hand. Don't let your left shoulder go in front of your left wrist. Slow as you can, return. Down dog. Release. Tension in the body, lower the knees down. Take a child's pose for just a moment. Pause. Claw the mat, reach the hands out forward. Hands towards the edges of your mat. Cobra pose, pull your chest through. Inhale. Point your toes back. Ground. Exhale, heart down. Our last heart opener before we move beyond the heart, bow pose. We'll start with locust pose. So reach the hands back, reach your toes back. Option, palms down, or you can turn the palms up if it's better for your shoulders. If your shoulders are more open, then interlace the fingers. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards one another and lift. Option, knees and thighs lift. Hold steady. Stay, or you're gonna release, but keep the lift. Cactus the arms, bend the knees, lift the knees even further up. Last option, grab the ankles from outside. Knees not gonna go beyond your shoulders or beyond the width of your mat. Rather, kick straight back, squeeze your knees towards one another. Option to flex the feet and kick into your hands. Continue to breathe. Maybe you're able to breathe so deep, you almost rock your bow. Full breath in. Come as you came, release the feet, ripple it back down. Feet together, hands by the chest, slide back to a child's pose for just a moment. Take your time, no rush to move into this. You might massage your back any way that you'd like, lying on your back. Coming to a shoulder stand option. So option to just to elevate the legs up into the air, moving into our throat. Option to extend the legs, bend your knees so that you can stack the joints over the hips. So no tension on the hip flexors. Stay here. If you know full shoulder stand, take full shoulder stand instead. Hold. Pause for a few more breaths here. Eyes can be closed, or you can send your gaze beyond your toes. From here together, we're going to work into a plow pose. The hands along the sides of the body. You're going to rock the legs enough that you can shift your hips over your shoulders. So knees towards your forehead, hands on the back, so you can start to roll the shoulders from underneath you. Interlace the fingers if you can. Ground the heels of the hands down, the edges of your hands. Option, you can tuck the toes, lift your hips over your shoulders even more, or you can point the toes, but hold steady wherever you are. If you can, close the eyes. Imagine all tension draining away. If there's any pain in the neck, you can come out of it and return instead with the legs up. That was hold steady, or you can do happy baby instead. 3 more breaths in. Take a breath out. 2 more. Inhale, chest towards your chin as the chin draws back. Exhale. Inhale to find length. Exhale to remain firm, solid, and strong. Exiting the pose, take your time, release the hands, palms down. Slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Challenge you to try to glue your thighs to your chest. So it's like you're folding down, nice and slow. When the hips go down, then slowly release the legs down as slow as you can. Keep them straight. Slowly lower down. Draw the navel in. Press the lower back to the floor. And release all the way down. Pause for just a moment. Take 1 breath in Shavasana. Inhale. Exhale. Hug the knees in. Rock yourself up and down until you're in a seated position. So coming into a reverse tabletop, or if you prefer fish, you can do fish. We're going to open the throat a little bit more. So fingertips can either face back or face forward. You can kind of try either way is okay. Feet as wide as your hips. Press the palms down. Inhale, begin to lift your hips. So imagine an inverted bench pose. So it's like a bench. So stay strong, lift your hips, engage your butt. Maybe look up, or if you can, drop the head back. Hold steady here for 3. Press into the feet, lift, squeeze your bum. Imagine your inner thighs lifting. 1 more full inhale. Exhale, let's release. Come out. Shake it out, release the wrist. Return, coming back. Down dog. In down dog, feet together or hips width. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Point your toes back, lift your knees and thighs, and hold here in upward facing dog. And see if you can claw the mat to pull your chest even further through, and see if you can look up. Only if there's no pain in the neck, you can look up and try to bring your throat up towards the ceiling. Slowly release, sit back onto your heels, lower the knees down. Sit back. So we start to move our energy even beyond that, beyond the lower body, throat region, sasangasana, moving towards the head, and moving towards concentration, the third eye. And from here, we'll start with hare pose. So starting in child's pose, forehead to the mat. Option to grab the heels or hands along the sides of your ankles and toes. Lift your hips. If you have the heels, grab the heels and slowly lift the hips. As much as you can, you're going to stack shoulders over the head. If you can, even walk your knees even closer to your face. So you're going to feel a pressing action onto the crown of the head. Continue to do that. So really bear down on the hands, whether you're holding your feet or clawing the mat, and lift the hips and push into the head to feel the strength and feel the neck get strong. Pause. Take another full breath in. Full breath out. Take your time, release, coming out, child's pose, let it go. So keeping the eyes closed for just a moment and just check in to see how that was. How did it feel? If that felt okay, no pain in the body, Then we'll go into a headstand, or you're going to repeat Sasangasana, hair pose. If that was okay, then we go into headstand, interlace the fingers, tuck one of your fingers in, elbows not wider than the shoulders. You might even take them in a little bit because your elbows will roll out. Cradle the back of the head, top the head to the floor, tuck the toes, lift your hips and think dolphin pose. Push into your elbows, draw the navel in. You might even just stay here. Feel a weight in the head. Hold steady. Option, come into the tips of your toes and draw one leg in, chest to the thigh, and maybe the other one, the tight ball. If you're here, you might stay here. If possible, cow pose, arch the back, send your knees up. And then legs up, draw the navel back in, take the back bend out of it. Belly in, ribs in, extend your toes, squeeze your inner thighs together. Imagine you can step on the floor, not step on the floor, step on the ceiling. If you're in headstand, hold steady. Push the elbows down, draw the navel in. Take another full breath in wherever you are. Exit as you came, nice and slow. Child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Take it down. Take another full breath in. Full breath out. Take your time coming onto your back. Coming on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You can keep the eyes closed. Draw that awareness inside. Every movement, every posture we made was to remember all that's within. Happy baby, hold the outside edges of your feet, knees wide, thighs grazing the ribs, lengthen tailbone down, find some length, broaden your collarbones. Stay for another full breath in, full breath out. Knees together, release, ground the feet. Feet as wide as your hips. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left ankle and slowly let the legs fall to the left. Your right hip is going to lift, and that's okay. Cactus your arms. Modify as you need. So you might need to wiggle your right foot to the right a little bit. No pain in the knee. So keep both legs flexed and strong. One more full breath in. Exhale, let's switch sides, come back up. Might shift your hips over to the left, cross your right ankle over your left leg, drop the legs over to the right side. Adjust and modify as you need, flex the feet. No pain in your knee joints. Cactus the arms, broaden, inhale. And exhale out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Coming back, return. You're gonna hug your knees in one more time. Give yourself a squeeze. Chin to your chest, nose to your knees. And squeeze yourself so hard. Tense up all your muscle. Give it all you've got. Squeeze and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Shavasana. Palms up. Feet as wide as your mat. Turn your feet out to the sides. Just let them flop out to the sides any way they want. But turn the palms up and melt yourself into your mat. Let's take 3 breaths here. Returning back. So imagine you can inhale through the crown of your head all the way to the base of the spine. Exhale from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, crown of the head to the base of the spine. Exhale, base of the spine to the crown of the head. Inhale again. Exhale again. This time, inhale through the center of your chest, spiritual heart center. Inhale. Exhale to the crown of the head. And hold the attention there, crown of the head. All tension moves away. I'm going to leave you in your Shavasana. Please stay as long as you like. No rush to get out. Thank you for joining me in this class. Namaste.